Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery here in our video studio with Brandon Reyes from T.R.U Ball and Excel. And now Brandon, here we have the brand new T.R.U Ball Extension Abyss Flex. That's a mouthful there.
Yes, it is.
Which is fitting because I got to tell you, I'm not an engineer, but there is a lot going on in this release.
Yes,
and it's incredible.
It's part of our Jesse Broadwater signature series. And much like some of our previous releases in the past, we wanted to incorporate kind of a two-in-one deal.
Yeah.
We've never made a pressure style activated release, so that's where we come up with this. In addition to the pressure, you can use it as a thumb activated as well. So as you open this from the package, you're going to see it pretty much just like this.
Yep.
So it'll be set up as a 3-finger model release, and it'll be in the thumb activated mode. So as you hook it to your D-loop, you simply apply pressure to the thumb barrel and it will fire. So just like any conventional thumb activated or button release, whatever you want to call it, that's the way you're going to take it out of the package. So now we've decided that we want to try a pressure activated style release.
Yep.
So we've got to go to the adjustments and set this release using a last chance scale or something like that that's consistent, you can use both on your bow and here.
Right.
So I, for instance, have tested my holding weight and I know where my adjustment setting is. So I'm going to run this adjustment screw on the bottom of the release in until I get my desired weight. Now we suggest 4 to 5 pounds above your holding weight. So if you're holding 11 pounds, you'll want to set the release 15 to 16 pounds. So when you activate the pressure switch, it's not going to immediately fire.
Right.
You'll have to apply the extra 4 pounds to make it fire. So to adjust this, I'm going to simply put a 5/64 wrench in the back, and just because I know where I need to move this, I'm going to move it and show you the pressure activation. So on the back here, you'll see a spray of lines and a red pointer.
Oh, yeah.
So that is going to tell us or be our reference of where it is for our bow once we get our desired pressure set. So I generally am about 2.5 turns, and I think I'm pretty close to that. And you'll see that the red indicator is pretty much in the middle of the range of adjustment.
Right.
So range of adjustment, how much is there? It is approximately pretty much down to nothing, all the way up to about 35 pounds. So if you're holding 35 pounds on your 85-pound bow, then you'll be able to shoot this with the pressure activated. Me, I'm about 15.
Right.
So now I'm going to hook it up. Again, this release has our TriStar system, so there's no cocking. It's automatically reset shot after shot. So you simply hook it up to your D-loop, and now I'm going to draw the bow back, and one thing that sets this release apart is I can draw with the relaxed hand.
Right.
There's no need for me to bear down, to hold something in, to hold a safety till I get to full draw.
Yeah.
And then relax. I can draw with the relaxed hand from the get-go.
It's not going to fire.
Correct.
The typical thing is you had to get over the cam rotation, but with this one, it's not firing now no matter what happens.
It's not firing until you actually press the thumb button in, hold it, and then pull beyond your holding weight. So now I want to activate the release, so I simply reach up and I'm going to squeeze the thumb barrel just like I would to activate it as a thumb.
Yeah.
But now I hold that in and then I start pulling until I reach my threshold or till I go beyond my 4 pounds of holding weight, and then the release fires.
Nice.
So with that, so people are going to say, what is the lever on the top here? The lever on the top is the reset or the safety reset to safely let down the bow. So that works by an archer deciding halfway through the shot that they want to let down. You simply reach up there and make the trigger go back into a safe location. So if I'm at full draw and I start pulling on the release and I want to let down, the shot's just not feeling right, I reach up there and I hit that button and the release will reset. In most cases, depending on how much weight is on it, you'll hear a click and it'll actually, feel it kind of click back into a safe location, and then you just simply let the bow down. The release is going to be fine, and then you just restart your whole sequence over again.
That's amazing.
So it's just a safe lever. It does not come into play with anything except for the let down sequence.
When you want to let down, right? Yep. So that's the functionality. Well, let's talk about the trigger travel, because I see that right here, your adjustments.
So the trigger travel and the trigger sensitivity only come into play when the release is in the thumb activated mode.
Right.
And the positions are the same as our regular Abyss. So in the Abyss extension flex here, you'll find the sensitivity screw here. So this is going to allow someone to make it heavier, lighter with the thumb activated mode.
Yep.
And then same way on the top here, there's a hole that the wrench goes down in to set the travel for the thumb activated mode only.
You have it written on there.
Correct.
Where these adjustments are, so people can see them.
Yeah, that one is kind of in a inconspicuous location, so we've referenced it with the arrow. That's a 5/64, and the trigger travel is a 50 thousandths.
Now, one of the things with the Abyss that people will notice is we don't have the adjustable head, but you've accounted for that.
Correct. So the lever alignment system, or LAS system, on the Abyss Flex and the Fulcrum Flex gave you the ability to move this head around the perimeter of the index finger here. So what we've done to incorporate that into the Abyss Extension Flex is we've allowed the second finger to move on this plane right here, and you'll see a spray of lines and an indicator. So what that does is by moving this forward and back, it moves the head in the same location, or has the same idea as the lever alignment system. So it is there, depending on where the archer decides to set the finger pieces, or the second finger piece, will make that feel like the lever alignment system.
And then, like all the Flex, you can get the extensions, make this 3-finger, 4-finger. You can sweep those fingers into different positions.
Yep, the Flex finger pieces come with the release, so you can make it a 3, a 4, or 4-finger, all in the same package, and then those radially adjust in and out depending on the type of finger placement that you're looking for.
And then just talk for a second about the value of the tension activated release. People talk about back tension release, which is more of a hinge.
Correct.
This one is tension. You increase the tension to get it to fire.
Yep.
Those there's some people who like to shoot those, in tournaments or whatever, but
correct.
I like those for practice.
Right.
Just because if you're having issues with target panic.
Oh yeah. It's a great way to train, and I'll tell you the main reason why is because the release is going to tell on you. It's gonna show your flaws.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, a few years ago we came out with a release called HBX.
Yes.
And it was also a release that was kind of ahead of its time, that would tell on you as well. So if you had minor flaws in form, it really felt like it was a dramatic change because the release was not activating either as fast or as slow as it was the day before. And that's similar to this, not as dramatic, but it will definitely pull out any form flaws, because if you just think about it, if you're shooting more of a soft bow arm and you're trying to shoot tension, it's going to be, it's going to come to a spongy point before it actually starts building enough tension to fire. And on the opposite side, if you're shooting really hard against the wall and you start squeezing your thumb piece in to activate your pressure, it's going to fire.
Yeah.
So in most cases, this is going to be, a great training aid, but for the people that master it, and Jesse's mentioned this in videos that he's done, there's nothing any more consistent than this style of pressure release. So
all of us archers like myself who say, this release feels different. The release isn't different.
Correct.
I'm different.
That's right. Yep. And it's hard for archers to come to realize that, but ultimately that's what it is. And in most cases, they'll seek a different release that makes them feel more comfortable, which is the right thing to do.
Gotcha. All right, that is the Abyss Extension Flex from T.R.U. Great, lots of engineering in there. I'm super impressed by that. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. And as always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at LancasterArchery.com.